Oh, and you know another thing. You shouldn't be wasting record time to post on the video of us fucking around before. Whoa, put a skirt on that next time.
Fuck.
I'll blow you out right now. Blow your back out.
Woo! All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Socially Unacceptable But Sober podcast. My name is Dino. I am an alcoholic.
My name is Jonathan, and I am also alcoholic.
Oh. Matt alcoholic.
Matt Jonathan. What's going on?
Good.
Just running around crazy, man. I had a nice week off. It was fucking glorious. I was on Florida time, and I was loving life, man. Not even in Florida, though.
What'd you do? You built a pergola.
I built a pergola and a roof, and I went up to the Catskills, rode my dirt bike.
Oh, you went up? Oh, that's right. You did. That's right. I remember. Bro, got a lot of things going on.
You were all emotional that he was going to go.
Yeah, I was going to be here.
Whatever, that's fine.
That's fine. It's fine.
It's fine that you went.
It's fine.
How's the bike?
It's great.
I didn't even talk about it. I was a little angry.
Yeah.
Too angry to talk about it.
Too angry to talk about it. So I've signed myself up for what they call a turkey run in April. April 13th. I'm in no shape to do this, but it's going to be glorious. It's an 80-mile...
You used that word twice already.
Glorious. It's a turkey run, so it's like an 80-mile track in the woods. That
80 miles?
80 miles, yeah.
Why do they call it a turkey run?
I don't know.
You got to be a turkey to want to do that, 80 miles.
Yeah,
That doesn't even make any sense.
that doesn't really click.
Turkey guy.
Yeah.
Do you realize how not ready you are for that?
100%. And I've been saying every morning that I'm going to go work out today.
Oh, today, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's in 2 weeks?
Yep.
You're ready.
I'm ready.
You're ready.
I see you doing 40. I see you doing 40 miles.
Well, they have a 40-mile track. I might start with a 40-mile. You don't think I could do that? 40 miles is a lot, huh?
40's still a lot.
It's a treacherous?
You know what's going to be worse for you?
it's in the woods.
Ah, you're fucked, dude.
The worst thing is 2 days after.
Yeah.
Because
your
you're going to
fucking
use
taint?
every muscle
Holding on.
for life.
Your
Yeah, it's
taint
gonna be
is even going to be sore that day, bro.
Exciting. I'm so excited. I think the
wish
family's
could
coming.
go.
You should. It's a Saturday, man. Just cancel all your
Some of
clients.
us work.
Cancel them. That's what I said.
Yeah.
I already beat you to the punch there. Cancel them.
I'm going to ask my brother to see if there's a dirt. No, I can't fucking do it.
Dude, you could do it.
No, I can't.
You don't have a dirt bike?
I really can't.
Your brother has a dirt bike?
I think he's got one in his shed, yeah.
Dude.
I can't, though.
You can.
I can't, dude. I can't. Not treacherous. I can't do that. I could sit there and do this.
Yeah. It's not
You know,
treacherous.
yeah, it is.
I don't know if it's treacherous.
Plus,
Jack
dude,
through
I
the
haven't,
woods ain't smooth.
I haven't ridden in
It might be.
Maybe.
probably 7, 8 years, 9 years, probably.
I haven't ridden in
Just
12.
duct tape your hand to the fucking handlebar. Golden.
Put your brace on. Golden.
You ain't
bro.
got to worry about hanging on.
You ain't got to wear a helmet, do you?
No. So that's what's going on with me. What's going on with you?
Not a hell of a lot, bro. You know, I'm finally going to get this thing assessed on Monday. Find out what I've lost, what I still have, what
Yeah.
I could do for the rest of my life.
What do you think has happened? What's your prognosis, Doc?
My prognosis,
Yeah.
me being a doctor and all,
I respect it.
is I think is as good as it's going to get.
Yep.
That's what I truly believe that. I truly believe that the damage, and they did a good surgery. I'm not saying they screwed the surgery up or nothing. You did what you could do.
Sure.
The damage was that bad. You told me when you went in there, it looked really bad.
Yep.
I fixed it. We'll see what happens, and this is where we're at.
Oh,
You know what I
okay.
mean? And we'll see what happens, you know? Yeah. I mean,
You're no worse off.
Huh?
You're no worse off than you are right
I'm
now.
no worse off. I actually dove into a little bit more, got a little bit more knowledgeable about how things work in the state of Connecticut when it comes to the comp and all that stuff.
Okay.
I'm not worried, bro. I've never been worried, you know what I mean? It's all good, bro.
That's good.
It's all good. I'm just glad it's coming to an end, man. That's all I care about. That's all I care about, dude.
Yeah.
So this way, my job knows what's going on. I know what's going on. Now we can make an informed decision of what are we going to do with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Story of my life.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do?
Push that mic towards
What are
Matt.
we gonna
I want to
do
hear
with
what's
Dino,
going on with
man?
him. What's going on with you, buddy?
No,
Tattoos?
Nothing?
nothing.
Any exciting stories? Any exciting clients?
Oh, well, we didn't talk about my eyes.
We did a
surprised.
little. We touched on that
Did we?
a little bit. I just noticed how excited you are.
Yeah, Matt had eye surgery. Or eyelid surgery.
Eyelid surgery.
Eyelid surgery.
My eyelids were cutting off. They were drooping. So they cut me up in here on both eyes, tightened up the muscles, Now you can see my baby blues.
Yeah,
Jonathan's infatuated with me because
He
of it.
does like him.
I do. And it just feels like I always thought Matt didn't give a shit about what I was talking about.
You always thought he was just tired. of
Yeah,
listening
it's
to
like,
you.
I don't want to care.
Like high on weed.
Yeah. Now he's super interested in everything I have to
Everything.
say.
It's like he just took a blast.
So anyway,
you know?
the one thing that I did want to talk about though, real quick, because we don't want to waste no time on it, like to just show you, and you guys are a lot of people, especially newer in recovery, you got to be on guard with doctors.
Yeah.
So
Drugs.
I get the schedules set up. The schedule? I said schedule? I get the surgery set up.
Schedule?
Schedule.
Yeah.
Schedule.
Yeah.
And then I get a fucking call from CVS Pharmacy. Your script's ready.
Hey.
Okay. Oxy. Mm-hmm. I said, what?
Before the surgery.
Before it.
Yeah, they do that.
They want you to be ready.
Yeah.
So I never spoke to the doctor about it. I never certainly requested it and had zero intention of
Right.
fulfilling that. So I never got it. And, you know, the one thing that I kept saying the entire time is that no matter what, I'm going to be able to handle it.
Absolutely.
No, I don't need
It's not open heart. You know what I mean?
even if it was. I am real fucked up in the head that way, if you haven't figured that out yet.
Crackheads are different, bro.
Different breed.
We are a different breed, dude.
And so I've had 3 surgeries over the years. I've never taken one pain pill.
Yep.
And I'm going to have to be dying to do that. That's my own personal agenda.
Yeah.
I'm not here to tell anybody how that they should operate when it comes to that stuff. You consult your doctor. You deal with your doctor. I just know for me, it's paramount that I don't do that unless I'm fucking literally going out of my mind with pain.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't get the script. I go into it with an open mind. I go into it talking to my friends about it. I talk to God about it. And you know what, man? I took 2 Tylenol the whole time.
Yeah.
I didn't lose a minute's sleep. I was good.
Yep.
So,
I know. The next day we went to breakfast or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
You picked me up. We went to the meeting.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
So, you know, back in the day, the reason I say that now is because back in the day,
Shit.
I would have had the script filled and it would have been empty before
we
they did
need
the
a
fucking
refill.
surgery.
You would be like, I didn't get it. I
No,
didn't
we
get
did a
it.
do-over. But, you know, even if I woke up and said, well, I don't even have any pain yet, I'm taking those pills
Oh, yeah.
because I'm already in my brain.
Sold, man.
I'm ready for that. So,
What's his name? Wacko Lacko. Chris talked about that with his. He had. I don't know if it was the cochlear implant that he had or whatever, but they did the same thing.
Yeah.
Mine was, dude. When I went in for my hernia surgery, I told him up and down. I told all the doctors, the surgeons. I said, "Listen, I'm in recovery." Blah blah blah. And 3 doctors came in to see me. They're like, "Listen, we're going to give you stuff while you're under because we're ripping your
different.
stomach apart. You know."
That's a little different at that time.
But and what I did with that too is I didn't, when they gave me prescription, it was like 10 of them. I gave them to Ashley and I had her mix them in with Advil
Applesauce?
and Tylenol
I was going to say that.
so that she rotated whatever she was giving me. Every 4 hours I took something. I didn't know if it was a painkiller. I didn't know if it was an Advil. I didn't know if it was a Tylenol, you know, so that's how I managed through that. And I never felt any different because I used it for a purpose. But I feel like that surgery that you have is not so invasive where you really need. How many did they?
I don't even know.
Let me ask you something.
I didn't ask
That's
one
crazy,
question. The only
dude.
thing I said when I went, because I had 2 prescriptions, antibiotic
Yeah.
and then the Oxy.
And you just
I
said
said,
no.
put that shit back on the shelf.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
not
not
taking
feeling
it.
it, right.
You know, they texted me 3 more times. Your prescription's
CVS,
ready.
yeah.
Dude, isn't it crazy how
CVS still texts.
They push it on you.
they push it on you? But when we were back in day, we couldn't get a
Couldn't
script
get
to save
shit.
our fucking life,
Couldn't get
bro.
shit, dude.
I remember walking into an emergency room one time going, I got to get some pills to sell
Yeah.
and to take. I go in there, I'm like, my back. And they didn't even bring me in the back. They came out with a script. They just gave me a script in the waiting room
Really?
for like some shitty fucking, like, I couldn't get nothing. I couldn't get a cent for them, man.
Really?
Yeah. But now, dude, with this, they gave me oxys.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they didn't even call them oxys. Maritza is the one who looked them up. She goes, oh, hell no. She's like, you're not taking these. I'm like, what are they? She goes, they're oxys. I'm like, what the fuck?
My shit said OXY in the text.
Mine
What
was
is
like
yours?
a generic one. Huh?
What did it say? You don't remember?
Nah. But they gave. I went and picked them up. They're
All right,
like,
we're getting sidetracked.
they're street.
That's enough for this shit.
Well, we gotta keep going because this is very important.
Yeah, this is a good
because
topic.
You're right,
Shut the
dude.
fuck up.
You should.
This was nothing. I took nothing after this.
Well,
Zero. Aqual.
you know what that's from?
No,
Fucking 48 hours.
I don't know that. I don't know. I'm only 43, man.
You gotta watch 48
gonna
hours.
punch
That's
you.
my movie
Listen,
tonight.
I'm gonna punch you, then you fucking punch him because that's crazy talk.
What year did it come out?
I don't know.
Oh, that was
69.
like 1980,
42.
maybe.
42. It was in the 40s. Was it color? Did it come
was
out? in
color.
Yeah. Oh my.
Axel Foley, buddy.
Axel Foley, Eddie Murphy, fucking
Murphy.
idiot.
Yeah.
48 hours. Nick Nolte.
Yeah.
Anyway, he goes
Luther.
into a art gallery, and this guy, kid, you gotta watch.
Yeah.
You gotta watch it.
Just
That's
for that one part.
That's my watch this for tonight.
He
bud.
couldn't say Axel.
Axel. I like Axel. I look
Anyway,
like Axel.
yeah, be careful. Look out for your recovery,
Yeah, you
man.
gotta be. Listen,
You have to, man.
We talked about that last week for a minute. For
Yeah.
some reason, you gotta be on guard, man.
Gotta be on guard, man.
It's my
Even-
responsibility for my recovery. That's it. No ifs, ands. I can't say, oh, well, they did this. No, motherfucker.
No.
You got to be on point. That's just it.
I remember when I was having the skin stuff, they were like, take some Benadryl so you could help sleep at night. I go, okay, I'll take a Benadryl. I take a Benadryl. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that knocks me out.
Benadryl
too.
take
Rich
you
was
right
talking to me. I'm like, oh, fuck, I gotta go to bed. I'm like, fuck, did I fuck up, man? I was like, oh my God. But you know,
That's Benadryl.
When
I was
your
like, I'm not-
system's clean.
clean, bro. That
hits
shit was like, I was like, damn, I just literally drooling on myself. She's like, are you all right? I'm like, I gotta go upstairs to bed. I gotta go upstairs to bed. Anyway.
So that was that.
Anyway,
True
so
story.
just be careful. Protect your shit, man.
Protect your
Protect it like you protected that crack.
Protect your neck.
Protect your neck. Anyway, we got comments.
Oh, yeah.
We got some comments. I see we got some comments.
I went in and pull them up.
It doesn't matter. You move them up and down so bad I can't even read
Yeah,
them.
you're
Bro,
horrible.
it's the 16, 19 comments. They're never in order.
All right, with that.
Watch. See?
Shut
The first one, it was mine by accident.
Gratitude and attitude goes a long way.
No, that's.
See? See, that's what I'm talking about. It's not even in the same order as
You
Matt.
just stop talking.
Yeah.
Both of you.
Yeah,
How
everybody.
about that?
Everybody.
Okay.
I don't think I'm capable.
Nope.
First one, KC Rodriguez. Now this is a friend of mine. I tattooed the whole family, and she has been an avid watcher since we started this thing.
Good.
Nice. What's up, Casey?
She texts me all the time, and I say, "Girl, why don't you fucking give me a comment one time?"
Something, anything.
So she did.
Let me hold one.
So shout out to my girl.
KC.
Her name's Karina. We'll put her on blast.
Okay.
Blast.
That quote Matt said at 34.30. Like, what does that mean when the arrows
Dartboard.
are target?
On point.
On point.
Yeah.
Okay, on point two times. Great episode, guys. And then we have Jennifer Moreland.
Oh, boy. Where we
Thank
going?
you so much for choosing this clip. I needed to see it, hear it, and feel it. I myself have multiple sclerosis, and it has been advancing in the past few months due to traumatic circumstances and poor life choices. Owning my peace and staying optimistic was an absolute necessity. Had I sat back and said, what was me, woe is me, I think she meant,
Yeah.
fuck my life, and all the other catchphrases we tend to fall back on, I most likely would have passed away by this point. It has been medically proven that a better attitude gives a better life, regardless of circumstance.
Boom.
Look to the pod. Keep it on. Jennifer M. 6924.
629.
coming up.
That's
Coming
six,
up, Jen.
That's 629. 24. No?
I just fucking
June
said
29th,
that.
2024.
6-9. Did you just
629.
Oh, I didn't hear the 2.
You fucking loser.
I'll edit that out so I don't sound like a loser.
You should leave that because you would have done it for fucking one of us, you fucking jerk.
Yeah, leave that
jerk.
shit.
And then we got Jennifer again.
Oh,
Double dipping.
double?
Double dipping for the moment. Holy shit, I just got super chills. Matt, epic fucking comment. Dude, truest thing I've heard in years. I actually went back after reading the previous person's comment about the 34.30. This little alcoholic Wishes there was a running time stamp at the bottom of the screen. There is. Though, is it there?
No, you got to click
Yeah, you got
to watch it.
Yeah.
What's on there, though? If you
It
hit
is on there.
yeah,
You
yeah.
just have to look for it.
You gotta
It's
click
not
on
just automatically on.
Yeah.
And then we got a woo at the end of that.
Woo!
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a Ric Flair woo.
Alyssa. Matt's frustrated face is my spirit animal. Love this one. Letting go of animosity is freeing. Holding on to anger and hate only poisons one person and is not the person you're hanging on to that hate for. It does feel kind of good to throw a motherfucker at an asshole who pisses you off sometimes, but my healing self lets it go quicker now. Great job again. Thank you guys, and I appreciate you not forgetting about me. Lord knows I need all the help I can get here.
The vulnerability part.
And then we got, guess who? Jennifer, Triple Dipper.
Triple dipper.
You're the first triple
You
dipper
just won an award.
in all of the history of our podcast. So,
I've never even said triple dip, I don't think.
no, I don't need to think so.
Holy fuck, Jennifer.
Good for you, Jennifer.
Yeah. Triple dip that.
I don't even care if I'm triple dipping right now. I just heard this one time, bro. Dino, Madman. I just about piddled.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
The stem in the graveyard.
Not many people say that to Gino.
Great show, guys. You never disappoint and you always enlighten.
Thank you, Jennifer. Appreciate
I'm
that.
only going to say thank you now, Jen, because I knew there was 3 coming up.
Yeah,
Triple dipping Jennifer.
And then we got Miss Carrie, who we're going to have next month.
Carrie.
It's this month.
This month.
She comes this month.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's April. Oh, yeah, April.
We're in
It's
April.
already- yeah, April.
Surprise.
So Anthony Hopkins' quote is 100%. So good.
So good.
Roy Bowers,
Roy.
I give this episode a 3 out of 4 fire extinguisher ratings. And we got Mr. Chris Bolanger. I didn't learn how to forgive until I came into recovery. It definitely wasn't easy in the beginning. When I was active in my alcoholism, I would hold on to the resentment and swim and drown in it. I would drink to be numb from the resentment. Such a great quote. Forgiving the person that did me wrong so I could let it go and move on was a game changer for me. Great show, guys. Thank you. Thanks for doing what you do. Together we get and stay sober. Thank you, Chris.
Word up, Chris.
Appreciate that, man. And we got Mr. Double Dippin' Roy.
Nice.
We got all the dippers tonight. Forgiveness is the most powerful thing one person can do for themselves or others. It's an act that I still fumble with and try to have a better understanding of.
Can you make that face too?
What face?
There's a smiley face at the end of that.
That's not a smiley face. That's
There's that face.
that's what you want. We'll do that for you, buddy.
Nailed it.
And
Nailed
then,
it.
why did you just throw this random comment up there?
What?
You commented.
Yeah, I was trying to comment to one of Jennifer's, and I didn't see that I wasn't on hers.
Oh,
So I
good job.
Yeah.
So Jen, this comment goes to you from this guy. Gratitude in the attitude goes a long way. Keep your head up.
Word up.
Word up. And then we got Miss Crystal. I used to live in negativity, and that feeling alone can drown me. I've learned through sobriety that if I change my perspective, which I talk about often now, and think positively and optimistically, I can feel good about myself, which in turn helps me to spread the positive, uplifting feeling to others. I have an extraordinary life today thanks to sobriety and my women and men network that I can now help others to enjoy their lives. Thank you, Dino, Jonathan, and Matt.
Crystal.
Rocking as always, gents.
Yeah.
Thank you, Crystal.
I like being called gents.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a abrupt change from the normal.
From what I normally get called, yeah. It's nice. Thank you,
That's-
Crystal.
That's our comments.
Hell
Beautiful.
yeah.
Thank you
And
so
I
much,
want to thank you guys for the last 3-4 weeks now. We've been
Killing it.
fired up with some comments, so we really do appreciate that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Again, don't forget to gently hit that like button, hit that notification bell, so anytime we got a short or something coming up, you guys are notified. Share the show with people you know. If you need help, let us know. We got guys. We can help. If sobriety dates, don't forget, give us your sobriety dates. when you're celebrating, because it's not just yours, it's all of ours. We do this together. So we're going to move right on to the next thing, which is Matt's clip tonight.
Matt,
and you got the
fire.
motivation thing, eh?
I got everything tonight.
Damn, bro. I'm on vacation.
All right.
So so precursor, in the video, they do show some beers. You'll get it why he says it at the end. I wanted to do a video, but I wasn't going to do it. You'd use coffee instead.
Yeah.
But forget that it's fucking beer. Let's just call it coffee. Play the clip.
All right. Gotta unmute it.
Put the volume on it.
Yeah.
Volume.
The ball.
Is this jar full? And is it full now? And how about now? Is the jar full now?
Yes.
Those are coffees.
Cerveza más fina. Coffee con leche.
Now I want you to recognize that this jar represents your life. Golf balls are the important things, your family, your friends, your health, and your passions. The pebbles are the other important things, your car, your job, your home. The sand is everything else, it's just a small stuff. Now if you put the sand in the jar first, you won't have room for the pebbles or the golf balls. Or the same is true in life. You spend all your energy and your time on the small stuff. You won't have time for all the really important things that matter to you. Pay attention to the things that are critical to your happiness. Take care of the golf balls first. The really important things. Set your priorities. Because everything else is yes.
Professor, what does the beer represent?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked. It goes to show that no matter how full your life may seem to be, there's always room for a couple of beers with a friend.
There's always room for a cup of coffee with
That's right.
Cup of coffee with friends. That's right. I could deal without that music in the
been
background.
soda.
Yeah, the music was a little overpowering for the guy talking.
That's an amazing video, dude.
The thing about it, you remember, you used to have the saying, don't sweat the small stuff. You don't even hear that no more. You know why? Because everybody's fucking sweating the small stuff.
Oh my god, I'm looking at some of these fucking comments right
On the video? I didn't read any. Are they horrible?
Beer fulfills your life. Fill your life with beer.
Of course, everyone comments on that. Yeah.
If this isn't a beer commercial, it needs to be.
Okay, guys, if you need help, let us know. We got guys.
Jonathan's going to get over himself and stop talking about beer now. Got that out of his system.
Yeah,
There's Dunker.
Yeah, Duncan.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, that's a good one, man, because it reminds me of that saying that I heard a million times in rehab, and I was like, fuck you. They were like, anything you put ahead of your sobriety, you're going to lose. And I was like, bro, I need a job, son. I don't know about you. I'm going to lose my house if I ain't got this job.
You don't
and then
even
I
know
always
me
said,
like that. I love
yeah,
to say that.
yeah.
You don't even fucking know me.
fuck,
bro.
I got to put all this shit in front of it. You're crazy. I mean, if at the tail end I still maintain, sobriety, I'll be all right. But, and how wrong was I, man? How wrong was I? Fucking ass.
How wrong are we all the time?
All the time, right?
Still.
Collectively.
This video reminded me of me, for my whole entire life, I always worried about the small stuff. I wanted the sand first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I thought the
It
sand.
wasn't that you wanted it. Is that you could not live any other way without it.
That's all I could think about.
Right.
It's the sand.
All the bullshit.
Bullshit. And I thought that getting the sand, that would take care of the rest of that stuff. You know what I mean? Like looking good on the outside. I mean, so many times, like just perpetrating all the time. Like, I got my shit together and I got a job and all this stuff. Or I would get out of a rehab, and the most important thing coming out of rehab, the most, was a haircut and fresh kicks, bro.
Hell yeah, bro.
That was the most important thing, dude. Not going to see my family and God forbid, make a meeting that day, you know what I mean? Or get in touch with some good people.
Yeah.
Nah, give me a haircut, some nice uptowns, nice and white, crisp. Now I can make everything else more important.
Maybe.
Well, and I think it's important to say this too, is we talk about these things because of our experience as engaging in them ourselves. Because I've heard, there's a guy talking to me today. He was like, I can't stand those people that are like higher than thou and they think they're experts at everything and they forget where they came from. And I think we do a good job of representing.
Did you say to him, have you met me?
Yeah. Well, that's the kind of left me out of that. And I think that goes to shows that, what we try to portray on the show is that we don't forget that, man. We don't forget we were the person that was filling our cup with sand. We were the person saying, that the fucking
No. You know what, though? You're wrong.
But
We are the people, not we were.
Yeah,
we are
true.
still those people.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times, I know myself, I'm guilty of that, where I separate myself from all the shit that I did.
Yeah.
That was still me.
Yeah.
I just was blessed with the ability to find a new way of life, to then begin to make new choices.
Yeah. But do you understand how, like, what he's saying
I
is it
do,
separates?
but you know me, I'm always big on that, the word, how I talk to myself.
Right.
And that those things to me matter because I would, especially early, right,
Yeah.
in the beginning, I'm quick to disassociate. Okay, that was then, man. I'm done with that. That ain't me. No, it was you, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Don't forget it.
And I still come up with those excuses
Right.
today. Like, I'll come up with excuses why I shouldn't be doing the right thing or shouldn't be doing this, that, and the
Oh,
other.
yeah.
I'm not as far as long as you guys, but I mean, I think we still keep a humble approach to this, whereas, dude, this shit is relevant because I could be focused on, like, you didn't see me last night, I was fucking
what's up with that?
Yeah, I don't know. I got an excuse for you. Which one do you want? I
I
got
got a
nothing.
whole list.
It's all excuses, It was just that, I was more complacent than I was active for my sobriety. And that's the end of the day. That's exactly what it was, So I like that video. I'm glad that I refrained from watching it until just now.
Oh, the two of you pricks didn't watch it when I sent it?
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah, remember I
even
talked
really
about
had
it.
it.
Nah.
Remember because I said, well, there's beer in that.
Yeah. He did say that.
right.
He did say that. I didn't. I'm not going to
I love the video, and the golf balls. They have become. Yeah, I am still that person that could turn around and be like, I want. But from just practicing and just from keep coming and all that stuff that we do on a daily basis, the golf balls have become my major priority, right?
100%.
Yeah.
Now, if I don't get the sand, I'm okay with that, man. You know what I mean? I'm okay with not.
What are the golf balls in your life right now?
My family, my wife, you guys, the thing that we do, and most of all, my higher power, man.
Yeah.
Those are my golf balls. If I don't have these things,
Yeah.
I'm not going to be doing too well, man. I'm going to be reverting back to, I want the liquid in the sand, because that's what's making me happy. You know what I mean? But if I
It's the chaos.
huh?
It's the chaos.
My wife asks me all the time. She's like, are you bored?
Yeah.
And I'm like, why do you ask me that so much? And because she's heard about me so much that she thinks that I was so chaotic that I miss it.
Yeah.
Right? I don't miss it. I don't miss the chaos. I like one of my favorite things in life.
Yeah, you're a professional at this.
In life, dude, is to sit down with my wife and watch a movie in our living room with the dog in the middle.
Yeah.
To me, that is perfect. You know what I mean? I wish my kids lived closer. I could say my kids in the living room too, but I have that too.
Yeah.
Those are my golf balls. Man.
Yeah.
Those are my golf balls. In the beginning, absolutely. And I didn't even know that I missed the chaos in the beginning because I remember, and I just talked about this the other night, when Friday night would come up, like in the first year or two of my recovery, I'd be like, yeah, it's fucking Friday. And I'm like, why am I so excited about Friday? And Joe, our guy, he was like, well, paydays used to be Friday, and Friday was always like a party day. And then you'd start the party in the weekend and all that stuff. It was always very exciting to us. Well, your mind is still kind of there. It pinpoints that Friday's coming up. And we get a little amped up, right? And I remember Friday's day, get out of work, go get a haircut, get those white kicks, and go to a meeting. For what? What am I going to a ball? You know what I mean? Shape it all up nice and going to it and be all excited. And at 9 o'clock, it's over, but he's going home like,
All right, what next?
what are we doing now? You know what I mean?
Well, I think also
Not there anymore,
We were
man.
talking about that today. I was talking with a guy, and we forget that we've done a decent amount of damage in our brain we've rewired that pleasure reward system.
Yeah.
So like, if things come up, spring comes up and it's like, oh, fuck, man, I'm always used to having a beer. Playing golf comes up. It's like, wow, I used to have beers on the golf course. Dude, it's like completely normal to feel that way. It's completely normal. And sometimes, like you were saying, man, I still have crazy thoughts of like things I never actually did. Like, oh, it's such a nice day. I could have a nice fucking beer,
Mojito. With an umbrella in it while I play a game of golf. I've never done any of the things I just
None
said.
of that.
Not even once.
I drank whatever the
Get that
mojito's
fucking
made
umbrella
out of.
away from me.
That's it. From the bottle.
Hell yeah.
You know, like that's it.
Whatever was there.
I'll be eating grass soon enough. Don't worry.
You know, I used to say, that old saying, no news is good news.
No news is
And I used to, when I was a kid, man, that used to drive me up a wall.
Yeah.
I needed news. I needed
Some-
sand.
some
I needed
drama.
that sand.
Yes.
And today I'm happy to say there ain't nothing going on. I'm okay with no news is good news, man. I'm really okay with it.
Yeah.
You know? But it's the same thing we talked about that 1 second ago. Is you change the lifestyle, priorities change, outlook on life changes, things get better.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah. And you get to enjoy life again without that shit. And it's like, oh, man, this is awesome. And the best part
Not
is
even
like,
again.
Yeah.
You get to enjoy life
For the
I
first
never had
time.
no fucking life.
Yeah.
coming home, and I was exhausted, and Harry was here Saturday night after party. My first sponsor came up from
Thought he came up
Westchester.
Sunday. Oh,
No,
Saturday,
he came up
right.
Saturday night.
I forgot I
So
saw you
he
on a
was
work
here
day.
when we got back, and we were pretty shy. It was a big day, and the baby and all. And we stayed up and we rapped and we talked shit.
Oh,
and,
you rapped.
and just rapped about stuff. It's slang. It's a kid say.
Oh, it's just
we're
all the
talking about
crazy
stuff.
kids say that?
Yeah.
Chewing the fat.
Yeah, we're chewing the fat. We're kicking the tires. We are also chopping the wood and
Fucking
carrying.
kick you, I swear to God. You are gonna
But
get
I was
kicked.
exhausted, man, and it was so good because you know what? Sunday morning, I woke up bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and built a goddamn pergola. You know,
My legs were a little sore Sunday,
yeah.
but I'm a dancing fool.
I was sore on Monday from
You
all
should
the
have
building.
seen this kid after you left.
Oh, you really broke it
He was on
down.
fire.
Were you there when I started the train?
Yeah.
You started
and
a train?
I cut in front of you to leave.
God
Oh, yeah.
damn, man! I should have stayed. I got a daughter though. I got to think about her.
Yeah, that's true. See, the sand.
Yeah, the sand. Because I do like dancing. I like myself some dancing.
Dino was nothing but sand up in the
Oh,
dance.
yeah, dude. Yo, you put on a beat, it's a rap, dude.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where I am. I don't care. Been like that my whole life, bro.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people say, I
Bust it.
couldn't really dance and do that until I had some drinks in me. Not me, dude. Since I've known myself, any kind of beats happening, I'm moving
Busting
on
a
that
move,
floor.
baby.
I am the exact opposite of that.
We went to a 70s theme 25th anniversary party on
Yeah.
Saturday, and it was awesome. man.
Happy
It was awesome.
anniversary, Hal and
Hal and
Betsy.
Suits and
Betty.
wigs.
Oh, yeah. You got a picture to
included.
throw up there?
Yeah, I got a picture. I'll throw a
Oh,
picture up there.
jeez,
Yeah.
dude. We were horrible looking.
Yeah. You, Dino, when you guys see this picture, if you're watching this podcast, oh my God, I'm still willing to invest as much money as I have in my retirement.
The new Studio 64, baby.
Yeah, I'm investing in a nightclub for this Armenian devil.
Nightlife.
Yeah. Good times, man. Good times.
But yeah, that was a good clip, man. Golf balls for sure, man. You know, and I say this, I've been saying this since the beginning of my recovery. These 5 things that I do on a daily basis are my golf balls. You know what I mean? They're my golf balls. I wake up every single morning, I make a conscious contact with HP right off the bat. I sit in quietness, I listen, I mellow out. I'm so mellow, man. Like, I used to jump out of bed. I know you can't tell by right now, but that's because I got fucking Red Bulls coursing through my veins right now. I could fucking eat this microphone.
Yes.
But it's like that is the start of my day. And like, you know, then just what an amazing life I have today, man. Like, that's how I start my day off. That I cannot read literature anymore. I don't even have to go look for literature because the shit just comes to my phone from a bunch of people all day long. So I'm like, shit, I don't even got to pick up a book. I just go around on my phone now.
Yep.
So we read a literature. Then I'm automatically going, okay, it's Wednesday. I know where I'll be tonight. It's Thursday. I know where I'm going to be Tuesday. I know where I'm going tonight, and I know that it's recovery based. Right?
Yeah.
And then I talk to at least another recovering alcoholic on the phone every single day. And then at the end of the night, man, I hit the knees and say thank you, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And these are these are the most important things in my life. And because of those, my golf balls are fantastic. The pebbles in between those are pretty good. The sand is even a lot of fun. And the coffee, I could drink coffee all day.
You know, I think I'm going to propose something to you, Dino. I think
They make coffee flavored Red Bull.
tomorrow night, I think you should bring that up. We don't hear that enough about, I don't know if that was common in Connecticut, but we used to hear that all the time in New York. The 5 things, the 5 basics. What are the
He
5
used to say it
basics?
all the time. What do you mean? When you got here, he was still saying
Yeah,
it.
he wasn't saying
I
it.
probably wasn't saying it as much.
Yeah.
But
I
5
wouldn't
things,
really
man.
listen to him that much either when I first got here.
But you're right, dude. These 5
Really like
things, I've been doing them my whole entire recovery, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They told me, you do these 5 things every day, dude, and you will be a winner, man.
Yeah,
you will
it'll be
succeed here.
Yeah.
So I did them, and I do them.
Yep.
And that's what I tell guys that I start working with. Listen, I don't ask much of you, right? Because this is what my guy said. Listen, I'm not going to ask much of you in the beginning. I just want you to do these 5 things, man. If you can't do these things, you're pretty fucked, man. You're screwed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you can't handle these 5 simple things. And at that time, I was like, yeah, I could do those. That's nothing, you know? And today, I when I go to work with guys, they can't handle it. And I'm like, wait, I was the same guy. Like until I was ready to really get down and dirty and really get into the recovery thing, I wasn't doing any of those 5 things either. Not on a regular basis. And I tell you, I did though.
Yep.
Did you read your Absolutely.
Save
Did
face,
you hit? Absolutely, bro. I'm never
Look
had
at
it
me.
so good.
I'm
guy.
floating.
So yeah, that was a good one, man. Golf balls, man. And yes, no matter how your life is going, no matter what, there's always time to have coffee with some friends, man. All the time.
Yep.
So just like you did Saturday night,
Hell yeah, buddy.
you know?
And I had to say thank you to Harry. I got to say thank you to James, because those guys are such solid figures in my recovery as well, and they just show up, you know. And I try to, like, I ask for help, but I'm not like, you have to, you know.
Right. You just put it out there.
Yeah, and they're like, yeah, dude, we'll fucking do it, and that's awesome, man. I get shit done, you know. Because I will be like you with the chainsaw on the tree. I'll try to do it myself.
Kill people.
Fucking kill people. Yeah. Or burn my house down. So
Depends on where you channel that fire.
it depends on where
You could
I'm
heat your
standing.
house with it, or you could burn it the fuck down.
Hell yeah, dude.
Not the fuck outside, the fucking side.
Yep.
So what else you got, Matt?
We're ready for the new thing?
Other
Other section?
I'm on fire, bro.
Yeah. I'm not.
I see that.
I'm on fuego.
I say fuego. I say
Okay, this is a
frio.
good one. This is definitely, I think it can apply to all of us, but does with newer people. People are coming in. We all have pasts. We all made choices that weren't the best ones. None of us are completely innocent, but we all get a fresh start every day to be a better person than we were yesterday.
Sure do.
You know, man, I think that it's very difficult to begin this monumental change and not stay attached to all the catastrophes and the failures. And the one thing about that is that if you want to stay attached to that, then it makes it very difficult to make the transition into the new stuff.
Right.
And, you know, and say the way we talk to ourselves, the way we beat ourselves up. And, you know, man, I was such a horrible piece of shit before I got here. Well, guess what? For a little while when I first got here, I was still a
Right.
horrible piece of shit.
Right.
But having said that, that's not a light bid unless I allow it to be. You know, I think that that's the thing, is that I don't, you know, I was so locked into making bad choices for myself that I thought that those were the only choices I knew how to make. And that's a hell of a spot to be in.
It's like a rock and a hard place.
My choice maker was all fucking broken.
Broke.
Up. So, you know, I didn't even...
choice maker.
My choice maker, you like that?
I like that
Feel
shit.
free to use it. That's mine. That's right there. That's original shit right
That's OJ.
Shoot a fat on that, bud.
All right.
there. I'm gonna kick your tire.
Yes. Kick me in the teeth. Thank you, sir. May I have another?
But you know, that was a huge bit of awareness for me to realize I don't have to be chained to those bad decisions anymore.
Right.
They are who I am.
Yeah.
They are who I was. They are still part of me. You know, I think that if I want to try to shut the door on that past, right, I'm going to repeat it. I'm going to repeat
Oh,
it.
your choice maker is going to start breaking all over again.
It's going to start clicking. Start ticking.
Absolutely,
Next
dude.
thing you know, shut down.
You're going to stop oiling your choice maker. You're going to stop looking at if there's any loose nuts and bolts that you got to take care of. And next thing you know, you're making bad decisions again, man.
And it's very easy to do.
And I hear it all the time that, like, I'm literally one bad decision away, right? And I used to go, I don't really believe that, though. But I don't really believe that, man, because, I mean, I'm not going to choose to pick up a drink or a drug. But then that one bad decision
like a domino
starts that effect, right?
So I wanted to share while we're on this topic. I had a guy that's doing some 12-step education work and kind of really digging into the nitty-gritty of how this thing works. And I reach out to our network of men to kind of get some feedback. He asked for some feedback, and I was like, yeah, man, I'll throw this out to some guys. And I throw it out to Roy. So Roy read through it, and he actually sent me something. This, I don't know why. I don't know if it's going to hit you guys the same. I think it's Latin, maybe. But this was an article that...
Young.
Yeah, Carl Jung wrote to the founder.
This guy here.
You know him? I used to smoke doobies with him. Back go to fucking...
That's my connect.
So he wrote this letter to the founder of the program, and this last sentence really fucking hit me.
You don't have that up there, do you? So they could see it?
No.
Okay, good.
No. You see, alcohol in Latin spiritus, in Latin is spiritus. So the Latin word for alcohol is spiritus. And you use the same word for the highest religious experience as well as for the most depraving poison. The helpful formula there is spiritus contra spiritum. All my Latin people out there, hey, it's basically saying, you conquer alcohol with spirituality.
That's the truth, though, dude.
Spiritus contra.
It's the truth.
I'm going to get that tattooed on me next, actually. Matt.
I think you should do it today.
I think I'm going to do truth with 2 F's, and then I'm going to
You got the gun, dude? Let's do it. Before I
Dude,
leave,
it's a machine.
I'm ready to do it.
Spirit against spirit is a phrase coined by Carl Jung. Dude, let's do it.
You know that...
Do you want it too?
I'm not having nothing to do with you.
Come
fucking
on.
two idiots with that.
No. Listen,
Unless
these two...
I'm doing it, I'm not. You're not doing it.
Open up
Come
your
on, let me
palm.
do one on you, dude.
Yeah, it'll be gone.
Both of you could.
I'm good, bro.
Yeah.
I'm totally good.
No, these two, both of these things you guys just talked about literally go hand in hand, right? Because I don't know how to start not living like that, right? When I come here, I don't know how to do these things, right? And I need people like you to show me how to do that. But none of that matters if I'm not letting you guys do that for me. You know what I mean? Which brings me to this thing that I talked about a couple of weeks ago about Alyssa brought up.
Because all the topics are the same.
What? No, about
Why are
she
you
was
getting
talking
so
about,
scared from the mic? The mic's getting far away.
where she was talking about the vulnerability, the vulnerability topic, right?
Hey, let me stop you real quick. That was the joke, you fucking
I didn't hear you.
dummy.
I didn't hear it.
All the topics run into one another.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. It was a joke.
Idiot.
But this is where I have to become vulnerable. I have to listen to you guys, or I'm not going to get away from that.
Yeah.
If I'm not listening to you guys, I'm taking care of it on my own. And when I'm doing it on my own and I'm by myself, I'm with a fucking idiot.
Yep.
Every single time.
Yep.
Even today. So the vulnerability part. Then the other part about that and what you were just talking about is I have to be honest, man. I have to be honest. For the first time in my life, I started becoming honest when I got here. And I'm like, I don't know how. And I thought that would be easy to say, but it was not.
What?
It was not easy. I couldn't say, hey, I don't know.
Yeah.
That just
never
wasn't
easy.
in me, man. You know what I mean? Because
Ego.
if I say that, then you guys are going to know that I don't know.
Yeah.
Ego.
You know, and my ego can't handle that.
Ego.
That pride can't handle that.
Ego.
Hitting my knees in the morning.
Ego.
Yes.
Just recognize.
What do you think it is?
What do you think
Ego?
it is, Matt?
Ego.
Just,
I remember, so I being in Whaley Avenue, right? Guys starting their journey in there. When they would hit their knees in the dorms, I'd look at them like, dude, that's a sign of weakness, bro.
Yeah.
You better get off your knees, bro. People are going to see that.
yeah.
And then getting to the last rehab I was in, And this is what I was told to do, these 5 things, right? So now I'm in there and I'm like feeling so weak and just uncomfortable and sitting there on my knees. And every time I'd hear a noise, I'm like, oh, I'm not praying. I was just looking under my bed for my slipper or something.
Yeah.
Just
Embarrassed and shit. Yeah.
But vulnerability, man, I had to just start doing it and saying, yeah, man, I'm trying this. You know what I mean? I don't know what to do, man. The vulnerability of and the freedom of saying, I don't know.
Amazing.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I need help. Then the other vulnerability part is listening to what you have to tell me and then implementing those in my life. As uncomfortable as they make me feel, I have to start doing these
And
things.
as much as you're telling yourself this is not going to work.
It goes against everything, dude. What do they say? Fear says you dare not look this way. Don't even come over here, bro, because I'll fuck you up, you know? Yeah. And it becomes a physical, debilitating feeling, man. Like, it's like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Vulnerable, you know, telling my secrets to another man, getting all this stuff out of me. And today, because, and again, practice makes better, man. It is so easy for me to say, hey, man, this is what's happening with me today. This is how I'm thinking. And when I think about however many years ago, when I first, 2013, when I walked in here, there was no way I could have raised my hand in a meeting and said anything that I didn't know. And I just was just like, I'm just not going to say nothing. You know what I mean? But then watching you guys say, yeah, like, you know, this is how I'm feeling. This is how, this is what it's doing to me. I need help. And then the following week, hearing you guys get through it and come with the solution, I was like, I got to get vulnerable here, man. I'm like, hey, man, I don't know how to do that. I'm going through that too. Can you show me how? Yeah.
Dude,
you know?
Sometimes it's as simple as like, you know, I was talking to somebody, they're like, you know, so in their head about what they were going to share about and all this shit. And it's like, bro, we're not trying out to be like the next Tony Robbins. And this is, who gives a shit if they get sick of what you got to say, man? You got to say it until you're sick of hearing it. And you start doing something about it, you know, until the change, that catalyst takes place and you start changing it. So you don't have to talk about that anymore. Right. But it's not about sounding good or sounding like you know all the shit. It's about sharing from your heart. Because I don't know.
From the heart, man.
Bro, I could tell the men's spot. Tell them Monday night. People are just reciting what they want to say. I could tell them.
Hoping to sound good.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
I saw where you're going there.
You almost heard it, right?
Yeah, almost.
Okay.
Yeah.
Almost kicked the tire on that one.
Yeah. Dude was chewing on it. Chewing on it hard.
But so, yeah, I wanted to throw, because again, I don't ever want anybody thinking that we forgot about them when they throw out a topic that they would like to hear. And when you said that, because I've had it open on my phone since we started, don't forget to bring up Alyssa's vulnerability topic, you know what I mean? And when you guys shared that, I'm like, this is perfect, man.
Yeah.
Becoming vulnerable is an absolute asset to me. Yeah. To me, it absolutely is. And that's not just with the guys in the meetings and my sponsor. It's with life in general, people around me that I'm in a relationship with, my family, and most importantly, myself. Yeah.
Here's the thing. If there's a name for it,
oh yeah,
it's already been done. I think that, you know, to sum up, how do you become vulnerable? In a real short answer is just be willing to take a risk. Because simple. Here's the thing. I used to say this a lot when I shared years ago. In the beginning, if you called me a crackhead, I'm going to want to fight you.
It's a wrap, bro.
Right? Because I was unable to accept what I was. Once I could accept that, you can't hurt me with that information anymore.
I own it.
Right. And so I think that with the lack of acceptance, and I know where she's coming from when she posed that question. I know the situation in her life. And listen, man, things are tough. Situations in life pop up, and they are tough to deal with. Sure. Especially when you're trying to battle them on your own. Yeah. You know? But to just be able to be willing, you know, and just take risks.
Yeah.
Just open your mouth, man. You know, the way I always say is like, these negative thoughts that I keep in my head are like poison, and they're rolling around in my brain, and that poison just gets stronger.
Grows legs.
The minute I opened my mouth, though, I could let that out. And now I can begin to make it more manageable. And I can be willing to talk about it. I can be willing to hear feedback about it. Like Dina was just talking about. I can let you now help me.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't realize that was a 2-part process.
Yeah, it's a two-way street.
I want to say I need help, but then I don't know how to let you help me.
Yeah.
So it's a tough spot to be in.
We get a lot of that in the rooms.
Yeah.
I'm going through this. I'm going through that. I don't know how to do it. Halftime. See you later, guys. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah. I'm going to go figure it out.
I'm like, wow, you just asked for help and then you just left. Like,
got it all worked out.
what are you waiting for?
Yeah. It worked out.
Yeah. Vulnerability, though, man. And at the end of the day, like I was telling you guys, I had that phone call today. And, you know, at the end of the day, this falls on me, dude. You guys are not going to do this for me. No, nothing is going to do this for me. You know what I mean? So, you know, I get the confusion in the beginning when they talk about your will, it's horrible, and you're doing it your will. But at the end of the day, I just got to turn the negative my will into a positive my will. Because I have everything it takes to get and stay sober every time I walk in here. But I'm just not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing anything, and I'm just doing it my way.
And expecting things to still change.
Expecting a different result, right? Yeah. It's insanity, man. It's insanity. But it is absolutely possible because you're looking at 3 sober guys, man, and daily basis we just do this thing, man, you know, and it becomes not that hard, man. It's really not that hard.
Yeah.
It's really not that hard, man, you know. So that was a good one, Matt.
Yeah.
What do you got?
I got some breaking news.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Before we go on to that, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, share the show with people you know. If you need help, let us know. Comments, sobriety dates. Go ahead, John.
All right. So breaking news out of where? What? Florida.
I love Florida, man.
So this was a Florida man was arrested for showing his munchkins at the Dunkin' drive-thru. Florida man was arrested for showing his munchkins, accused of exposing himself in Dunkin' drive-thru. There's nothing said in here. I thought this was a good one related to alcoholism, but he's obviously not right in the head. Waiting on his order and pulled up to the window with his pants down. So that's lovely. The next breaking news.
You know, before you go there, I think it would be fun to ask a bunch of people that work in Dunkin' Donuts, like, what's your craziest story?
Dude, or any drive-thru.
Pretty much any drive-thru. Because I see some crazy shit on YouTube at drive-thrus where they're like throwing shit at each other, jumping through. Oh, man, I got it one time, bro. Now,
yeah.
I'm going to have to put that in there.
And especially the places that are open, like, mad late. You know what I mean? Like the drunkards.
The Wendy's drive-thru.
Yeah.
3 o'clock in the morning, all hammered.
Yeah.
Can I get some wedding cake?
Come on. There was another one here that I was laughing at. Oh, nope. I already read that one. Oh, Florida man robs the same. This is a good. I think this would be a good. This would hold up in court. Florida man robs the same Dollar General. Did I say this one already? Twice. Twice in one day, man. He robs the same Dollar General. You know what? It was the voices in his head, buddy. It's just the voices in his head.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, what are you
got
going
to
to
do what you're told, you know?
I got to do what you're told.
Don't do what you're told anywhere else, but you have to do that.
We'll do this. We will do this. That's all. I didn't come fully equipped with any other good stories today, so that's all I got.
Did he get away with it?
No.
Obviously not.
I don't think
There's
so.
a fucking headline about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy out there, dude. Remember I told you about the fucking famous footwear guy? He was in there 3 times that week.
Crazy.
3 times, man. This is his 3rd time, man. You got like, what, 1, 2, 3? I said 9, 12 pairs of sneakers that week.
Hell yeah.
Not a bad gig,
Good
man.
week.
That is a good
Not a
week.
bad gig.
And you
Better
know
than
what?
collecting cans. Like
That's when you start to notice the change. I had a kid talking to me today about, like, he was in a store, dude. He saw some shit real easy on the sly, and he was like,
change.
do it.
Change.
I was like, boom.
Change.
There it is.
Change your actions, man.
Boom. There it is.
I
man.
talk about that purse, the purses all the time, dude. I was a snatcher, and it was so against my grain, so vulnerable. There was no way I'm going to tell anybody what I'm doing right now. And I obsessed about it all day. It was controlling everything in my day. It was driving me mad, and either was gonna say something or I was gonna start stealing purses.
Yeah,
again, period.
The pain gets great enough.
So I did
man.
something different for the first time in my life, and it paid off big time. I'm still here.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So what do you got for the watch this? Are you really going to take that Axel Foley route right there?
100%.
What is it called?
Because 48 hours, bro. With Eddie Murphy
classic.
and Nick
Nick
Nolte.
Nolte.
It's a classic,
Yeah.
dude. It's a classic. And I know that there's going to be people that listen to us or watch us that have never seen this movie.
Yeah.
And this movie is hilarious, man.
Anyone in our age bracket should be like, yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Axel Foley, bro. He was a... So the premise of the story is he's a convict. And then there's this cop. Nick Nolte plays this cop.
Yeah.
And he needs this convict's help.
Yeah.
To get to these certain people.
Yeah.
So he gets him out of jail early and has him work with him. And let me tell you, bro, you put a convict and a cop together in the same car, one of them being Eddie Murphy back in the days, there's nothing but a good time here. Luther, are you angry with me? Yeah,
I'll have to watch
you'll like it, dude. You'll
Tell
like
me
it.
a bedtime story. Fuck you. That's my favorite.
That's my favorite one.
Well, I mean,
There's a new sheriff in town.
I'm caught on some show right now that y'all aren't going to know, but it's White Lotus. It's fucking fantastic.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I saw the... See, I'm a big judgmental person
Yeah.
when it comes to the picture of the movie.
Yep.
I'll be like, it doesn't look good. Just from the
I'm
picture,
the
man.
same.
Nah, it's good.
But I
man.
shouldn't be like that because I did that for a long time to the gorge.
Me too.
You know?
It was a good
Oh,
one.
yeah, the Gorge was okay.
Yeah, it
I
was
did it
good.
blindly watching.
Dude, it was like such a different movie.
was crazy.
It
Yeah,
was
different.
nuts, man.
It was different. I like the difference.
Yeah, so what else do we got? Okay, so we're moving on. Man, we're cruising right along right now, man.
Where did
Yeah.
we start though? We're gonna
It was
be,
like 5 of, dude.
we're right at a
It
goddamn.
was 507.
507. We're good, baby. I'll add some fluff in
Back
there.
to the Future. Boom.
Boom. We're good.
So, all right, guys, again, we're moving on to the next segment, which is the one time, bro. This week is Matt's. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share the show with people you know. Please hit that notification button so you get notified anytime one of our shorts pops up. Shout out to Crystal. She's going to start collaborating and helping us out, getting our shorts out there a little bit better. If you need help, let us know. Merchandise, if you need a shirt, let us know. Don't forget, summer's coming, so if you need a tank top, holler. And I think that's all I have left to say. And Matt, what do you got?
Okay, so this one time, I was blessed that I had one aunt and uncle left that would take me out for parole. Having said that, I was the biggest piece of shit in the world for that. So they were going away. They left me at the house on their own. I had just... I think... No, I don't even know if I got off the bracelet yet. I think I still had a bracelet on. But I had a little bit of parole. They gave me 100 days parole.
Jeez.
Yes, they made me bring my shit practically to the gate.
That's cake.
So anyway-
100 days.
Not for me.
Well, yeah, today would be.
So anyway, I got about 90 days I'm home. And they go away. And they
You're
leave
right
me-
there. You're right there too.
Right
10
there.
more days.
Well, that was a blessing in disguise. So they leave me. I got the house to myself, and in a matter of about 8 hours, I come up with the idea that I got to get a little something.
Smoking a rock.
Just take a little piece.
Yeah.
I go to a house.
it gonna hurt?
I'm doing a house call. I do 2 tattoos. While I'm doing them, now I don't even know that I got the idea that I'm getting the piece yet. But an old friend, our brother Chuck,
Where the fuck's Chuck been?
Yeah.
I don't know, he's MIA.
Fucking Chuck.
We still talk a little bit on social, but not. He obviously hasn't commented on our shit forever, so I will address that with him tonight. Anyway, he walks in. Did I give this one time that night with him here?
Depends.
I don't know.
You steal tools?
No.
Okay. I don't think
Oh
so.
no, different one.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, perfect. Ironically enough,
You remember that shit?
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
so anyway, I see him. The wheels start turning. I get a little something. That happened a week later. Ironically enough.
What a 10 days.
Yeah. So I get a little something. I go home. Now, no. He tells me he could get me a little something. Now the wheels are going. He can't get it. He couldn't link up with the person. So I'm like, fuck it. I remember the kid that I had tattooed the week before who I knew could get it. You want to know where it was, ironically enough? Across the parking lot from my shop is.
Perfect.
I was in there for a year before I realized that that's where the relapse started. How fucking crazy is that? So anyway, I get this little thing. I go up to my uncle's house. I hit this thing. I've been clean for 3 years. And I start doing the fucking Middlebury 500 in that house. It was an old house, so there's a lot of windows.
Fucking windows, man.
Bro, a 40-piece lasted for hours.
How?
Because I'm running on the track.
You're just all over it.
I'm fucking running like it's my job.
Checking the windows.
Oh, my God. So anyway, in the meantime of me running around the house getting my exercise, truck hits me up. I could get that thing for you.
Perfect.
I said, I'll be right there.
I need it.
I go get it. Boom. Now it's in the middle of the night. All the lights go on in the house. I'm talking legit. Everything shuts down. I'm like, they're coming.
Yep.
This is them.
They cut it.
They shut it down. They cut the power, and they're about to fucking raid me. I army crawl again. I'm always with the army crawl.
Yeah.
I get out of the house. I get into my car, and I fucking pull out of that driveway doing 100. I get down the hill, and CLP is working at a fucking junction box. Someone hit a pole. So now I'm tweaked out of my mind. I got workers and cops all over me.
Yeah.
Now I got to turn around so I can get back to where my shit's at.
Yeah. Yeah. Army crawl back in.
I fly back up the hill after I make my turnaround. I drive through the yard into the backyard
Safer.
and drive it into some bushes so you don't see the car.
Yeah. Stash it. Stash it.
Dude, I fucking love us, bro.
Oh my God.
Dude,
Now
you
I get back in the
crackheads,
house.
bro.
I get through the night, and then, the next morning I don't make it to work. What a shocker. And then I go get a proper thing. And that's what gets the ball rolling that brought me to where I wind up stealing tools and going to prison.
I love fucking driving it into the bushes.
Right into the
Hide
bucket.
that.
Like, they're not
Great.
going to see.
Throw a
Listen,
couple on top.
bro, half
like
the car's
bright
still
orange.
sticking out.
Was that bright red car, too?
I was like,
man.
yeah, it looks good. One of them deals. Looks good. I remember one time I ripped a car off. Did I tell that one time? I ripped a tire off on Long Hill.
You drive around with sparks.
Right, I just went out. No, different one.
Oh.
Completely different. I'll save that one. Anyway, I get out. I see this fucking rim. It's legit folded. There's no air left in the tire. I rip a little bit of the axle out of the housing. So I'm driving down the street. I'm like, it looks good to me.
Looks good. It'll work.
I drove it. I went to remember when Gino's Pizza was at the bottom. I drove right to there. I'm eating some pizza, and the cops come.
Not mine.
Dude, I got about 5 one-time bros out of your own story, dude. I'm like, oh, man, what time? I remember that.
So that's the one time.
That's funny, man.
So don't ever fucking lie to yourself. I'm just gonna start out with a 40.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't work anymore.
Half G is never a half G.
Like, I'm gonna take all my money. I'm gonna leave it home. I'm just gonna take 50 out
Yeah.
with me.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna
Hide my
give
credit
it to somebody to hold. I remember my mom, dude. She's like, no, I don't fucking want it.
You're
I don't feel like waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Ma, let me get $20 of that money. No, come on, Mom, come on, Mom, just fucking take it. Yeah.
Take it all, don't come back.
Don't come
I remember
back.
one night I heard a guy in a meeting. He said, God forbid the day comes that I ever relapse. I hope that I will be smart enough to go sell all my shit
Everything.
first,
Go.
so I get top dollar.
Yeah.
Because once you get a hit in you, you're giving shit away.
Yeah. Take whatever
That's
you
one of the
got.
smartest things I ever heard someone say.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. We take all that motivation that we had out there in the negative, bring it here in the positive, a roaring success. Look at me now. Okay, guys? All right, guys, again, don't forget to like, subscribe, share the show with people you know. Sobriety dates, comments, all that good stuff. If you need help, let us know. Good one time. Good, what do you call this segment?
Yeah, no, breaking news.
Breaking news.
We might just change it to Jonathan's Corner. I might just be a wild card.
Yeah,
you might just
exactly.
change it to the wild
And
card.
check out 48 Hours, man. It was a great movie, man. A good classic movie. And I think the only thing I have left to say is thank you for being a friend.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. And if you're through